What's the craziest tavern brawl you've ever had? And was it in a place that's big like this, or was it a small tavern?
Alright, so some story time while I wake up. So we had our party, they make it to this town, right? Everybody's like, oh, hell yeah, we're finally out of town, this is nice. And then the cleric, the dwarf, he finds out, oh, nuts, my dad was here. Wait a minute, his dad already had a dirt nap. How is it possible he's here? So he starts trying to look into it, and lo and behold, they're having a funeral for him again. That's right, he didn't make it in time, so then his father ended up having another dirt nap because he got taken out by a robot who's stopping people from time traveling. Fun stuff. So he's in pretty low spirits naturally, he's a little bit grumpy, and often he fights with the bard. So the bard decides to go to the tavern, the rest of the party follows, and they're like, okay, we got to figure out what we're doing. Everybody's sort of like deciding on their plan. They're part of this like investigation because they're being hunted by a cult. So they're like, all right, well, let's all start doing our investigations all around, all that kind of stuff. And then the bard's like, all right, I'll be here and I'll try to gather a bit of information and whatnot. So the party, they head her on off. Out they go into the town. But the bard, he's like, oh, I got this deck of illusionary cards. I'm going to start playing them, flipping around, making some things appear. So he's doing a magic show. The thing is, though, the people of this town, simple town, they didn't really understand what was going on. So when he starts flipping these cards, people are losing it, right? They think monsters are here. So the cleric comes back and's going like, what is going on? Sees this like Medusa on stage or something, just starts blasting. So this bar is now blown apart. People are screaming. Some people are swinging because they're like blocking the door, that kind of stuff. The bard's freaking out. He's trying to cast like a charm person, like calm the hell down on the cleric. Cleric's got too good at saving throws, ends up passing that stuff, no problem. So then those two are just fighting, and then I had to actually step in as a GM because it started getting heated beyond the characters. And then I ended up implementing some of my first rules for how to implement PvP in a TTRPG. Was essentially you need both people consenting, and we need to actually step away from this and make sure people are emotionally okay and it's not two actual human beings at the table fighting. You can hear all this on our first podcast, Ballad of the Seven Dice, where you get to hear me grow as a GM because you never stop growing, you never stop learning. All right, off to make some more pancakes. Bye now.